What's happening, people? This Boss Ross here. Wait for y'all, some of y'all can get up on here. Check it out. Bring some news to y'all today about the stock market out here. I don't know what y'all portfolios looking like, but I know the stock market been fired the last 2 days at least. And that's thanks to the AMC. So, among some other things, but I wanted to just put something on y'all real quick, right? So y'all know how y'all moving about in this market, particularly if y'all dealing with that AMC, right? Everybody thinking that AMC is the new game, the GME, right? GameStop. Nah, that ain't the game. AMC ain't GameStop. Part two, as some people think. AMC just AMC one, right? So if you in that thing, my advice to you guys is make sure you understand how you moving in it, right? And if you have options on it, then they got a longer term on them, you good. If they short, boom. Also realize too that if you got stock, then you can keep it as long as you want to keep it. But make sure if you're trying to get in that thing and put some profits in your portfolio, make sure you ain't too greedy, make sure you're decisive, and make sure you don't regret what you do, whether you stay in or stay out, right? Because it's making a money move, right? And they got some things going on, so it's getting close to where it need to go. Then also, I want you guys to understand there's a couple of stocks out there I've been talking about a lot. I know some people probably made money off of them a couple of days ago. And that's, first of all, it's in the copper space, right? I talked about the copper space. Reason why that's important with the copper is because the boom of electric vehicles and the equipment, like the batteries that go with it, the components, copper is used in that space. So that's why copper stocks are really rolling right now. A couple weeks ago, if you guys got into that thing, I know you made some money. Those who didn't, I put it out again yesterday, and then the things were fire. So whether you making options on it, whether you doing day trading or swing trading on it, is money to be made at this market. They longer term stocks, because like I said, it's the EV boom. So you can buy the stock as well, or do a couple of the combination of the things, you make some money. Again, not financial advice, but I'm trying to hip y'all in the game on how to make some money in it. And the stock that I gave out to you guys was FCX. I gave you guys X, and I gave you guys Cleveland Cliffs, which is CLF, and I gave you AA, which is Alcoa. So make sure you look them things up and see how they moving, so you want to make some money in it. Again, you get in and get out, you hold it, it's up to you. It's money to be made, trying to put you up on game. Now, also want to talk about Ford. Now, Ford is in a new space. I think Ford is reinventing themselves with the EV boom, right? So they invested all this billions of dollars toward the EV boom. They gave a date when they want to be 100% EV vehicles, right? And so that's going to be some growth. But they reinvented themselves in the process of doing this, right? They stock today is that they haven't reached that level since 2015, the stock price today. 2015, so they in uncharted territories. So you don't know how they're going to move, but that just proved to you that they reinventing themselves. Now they got institutional investors that are looking at the stock, getting into the stock. So again, you can hold it, again, options, swing trade, day trade, but a long-term thing, then that's what you got to do. So as always, you can look at that, right, to multiply how you want to move in that stock market on that one. Then the next I want to talk about, Boeing just came out and they just said they want to up the amount of planes that they're going to have going forward. Now what that means is suppliers that deal with any of the components that go in these planes, they're going to be getting some revenue going in if they got a relationship with Boeing. So those stocks are going to be going off the chain for a longer term too, because they projected out quite so many years. Plus the fact that we got the economy about to open up and the airlines are seeing an increase in flights, right? So again, that's always a good catalyst too. So keep that in mind. So the stocks that I'm talking about on that is GE. Now the good thing about GE is they in a space where they have to deal with Boeing, right? So they get some more revenues, but they also just now they doing a massive share buyback. So it's going to make the stock more valuable because they're going to take some of the shares off the market, which can help increase the price. Now with the which means they got cash, but then they're going to get the revenues that dealing with Boeing. Now when they get the revenues dealing with that, then they can use the revenues to help pay down some debt. So they're going to be doing a multitude of different things that's going to make it an attractive deal. Again, I'll say options, I'll say swing trade, day trade if that's what you do, but then long term as well. Again, that's a company too that can help get that stock price up. That kind of being, behind the market. Keep that in mind. That's what I want to hit you with. Now, again, I'll talk about a couple of those stocks so you can understand where I'm coming from on those. And then the next one that I got is going to talk about that's still related to the Boeing. That's still related to, getting some vehicles out there. I'm getting the airplanes out there, whether it's components that deal with it, right? Or providing a service to Boeing. Is Spirit Aerosystems. Now look at Spirit Aerosystems. It was like $17 and some change when we was, back down there and the world got, stock market crash and did what it did. 17 and some change. It's almost $50 today, right? And it's up in aftermarket. And so again, that's another stock that's going to continue to grow. And the thing about that is the fact that the stock is already at its 52-week high. So that stock got higher highs to come. So you want to put some money in your pocket. Again, options trade, day trade, swing trade, long term. You got plenty of options. So this message will go out to anybody that deal in that space. Then the last two that I want to talk about, which is some good news for one of the stocks. I know I've been talking about it a lot. I'm in that thing for quite a few thousands of that stock. And I just wanted to make sure you were aware, is that IQST. Now, IQST, again, they're doing a lot of things. If you've been following me on my Facebook page or hearing me talk about it in the room or on my videos, IQST. Now, I told you there was catalyst coming out in June. They just announced today in the PR that they're actually going to be still on track to have their Visa debit card services, right? But then it's like crypto meets banking, because on the wallet that they putting out, you'll be able to exchange, buy and sell crypto, as well as do your banking on there for debiting and things of that nature. So again, banking meets crypto. They're going to have that on their platform. So they're doing a lot of good things. Again, that's June. Stock been depressed, but if you look at all the stocks in the market, everything's been depressed, right? It depends on where you want to park your money and wait. You want that fast money or you want that slow long-term money? I like the slow long-term money, because when I got the multi-thousands of shares, then I know when it do what it do, it's going to do what it do. I'm going to be right there. Last one I want to talk about, again, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I put something in my Facebook Stock Paper Chasers page and remind you guys, and I'm going to remind you guys again who didn't get in or who feel like it hasn't done anything. It's been stable if you look at it. Again, penny stock, right? It's under 40 cents. It's been stable. It went from like 30 something to 40, then it went back down to like 30 something. I believe it's at 34 cents right now. Now, the good thing about that, it's been stable. It hasn't been dropping since I mentioned it, which means people buying it. And it's not a lot of massive volume that's coming to the stock. So that means a lot of people don't know about it. So that's why I just keep buying and buying. But the ticker symbol is TBPFM, TBPMF. And that's Tetra Biopharma. Right? Now check them out. Now what they got going on is in the next couple of weeks, which may be like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at best, they should be finishing up a trial. And if they get this trial going on, they're dealing with cannabinoids. So if they non-addictive medication and things of that nature. But if they get this trial to pop off and the thing is at under 40 cents, I guarantee you it'll see 50 cents real quick, right? Because they got massive interest in it in terms of the investors. They got massive interest into it in terms of what they're doing. I talked to you guys about George Washington Pharmaceutical. That's what they're comparing themselves to. George Washington Pharmaceutical a couple of weeks ago was over $200. As a reminder, they got a buyout. The buyout was they upped their price by like 67 to 70 bucks over that current share price. They're in the same space, but they saying they can do something better than George Washington Pharmaceuticals. So again, check out the Tetra stock, Tetra Biopharma, and check them out and see what they're doing. In the next, like I say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at best, if they on track, they're going to announce that catalyst. The stock should jump off the hinges. If you ain't in, I feel for you. So again, I talked to you about a lot of stocks today. I talked to you about different industries that are going to be popping for stocks so you can make some money in your portfolio, however you want to do it. Options trade, stock, buy the stock. You in and out, swing trade, day trade, whatever you do, that's up to you. I'm just giving you the news. You make the decision. I'm not a financial advisor. So again, I appreciate you joining. Hey, waving back at you. I see you. I just appreciate you joining. Make sure you take heed and read this note. And again, that AMC, like I say, is not AMC is AMC 1. It's not GameStop 2. So it may not reach the height of those levels. So be prepared to take any profits if that's what you're doing. If you're holding it long term, you like what the company's doing from a fundamental standpoint, I get it. But if you don't and you just in it to make some money, make sure you be decisive, make sure you be smart, right? And make sure you have no regrets, whether you stay in and take a little bit of loss or you get out and it continues to go up. The decision is yours. At the end of the day, we're trying to make paper, right? That's it. Mindset, right? We're trying to make paper. We're trying to get to that millionaire status. Again, appreciate you guys coming through. Again, I see you guys out there back in the market tomorrow. It's going to be a telltale sign for better things. Hey, you guys be blessed out there. I appreciate you. Later.